Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. It's Friday, January 8th. It's our first show for 2021. So you guys, on a somber note, I mean, I wish there was better news. I wish it was a better start to 2021. I know there's a lot of stress out there. I hope you guys are hanging in there. It's been a roller coaster of last year, a roller coaster already going into 2021. I know the Capitol was stormed this week, which is unprecedented, and just, you know, I'm just saddened and I'm disheartened for everything. I just hope you guys are hanging in there. We can only take things day by day. I really feel, though, in my heart, I just feel like, why are we fighting each other? You know, there's so many battles out there. We shouldn't be fighting each other. So we got to unite, you guys. We have to have a united country. That's what we need, is our nation to be together. So, all we can do, take it day by day. Let's try to be positive. I used to try to make plans way in advance. Now I just decide what's going to happen when I wake up in the morning, how I feel that day. So I'm sure you guys feel the same way. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. We love to be here for you guys. We want to be that constant for you and that beacon of light and entertainment, and bring you resources and inspiring stories. So that's our goal. We're going to continue to do that, do it safely. Obviously, we're monitoring the situation. There's a lot going on with Europe right now with the lockdown. So, I know that with us, we don't know what's going to happen. One thing I did want to point out, which I thought was pretty intense, in Europe, it used to be 1 in 500 people that were infected with the coronavirus. Now it's 1 in 50 with the new strain. So, there's a lot of uncertainty, you guys. So just hang in there. Let's move forward. Again, if I can spotlight your business in any way and help you guys market and get the word out about anything, please send that to us. Email us or hit us up on social media at The Pulse SD. I would love that opportunity to help you guys with your business. Okay, so we are going to be here. We're going to be your constant beacon. And I have to shout out to my sponsors of the show. They sponsored us last year and are sponsoring us again this year. So we love them. Coffee Ambassador, who keeps us all caffeinated, which we need. You can never have too much coffee. And Flax for Life, which gives us healthy treats. We're so excited. Flax for Life is actually coming out with these new cookies. So I'm about to get them in the mail and try them out. They've got new products. So they're also going to be a sponsor on our TV show. So you'll be able to see something that's happening with them each quarter with new products that they have coming out. So we love you guys. So thank you so much for sponsoring us. Okay, so real quick before we get started in our fabulous show, I have to talk about something that I know a lot of people are struggling with, especially moms at home with kids. How do I entertain my kids, right? This is a big thing that we're talking about. Also, how do you do it safely with everything that's going on right now? We're supposed to be at home, so if you are going to go outside, what can you do with the kids? Well, we've been trying to showcase local spots, things that you guys can do safely. We had the opportunity, you guys, to check out Jurassic Quest at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. It is awesome. It's the first time they've been here in San Diego. They started on January 1st, and this is the last weekend. But you guys, it's a drive-through experience. It's the only place to encounter some of the largest dinosaurs to ever roam the earth. Eeriest marine creatures to lurk the ocean's depths. They have the Megalodon. We actually saw the Megalodon. Thank you, Izzy. It was crazy, you guys. I mean, it's 50 feet long, but it's all from the safety of your vehicle. And it's also really educational because they play this recording in the car, so they educate you on all the dinosaurs that used to roam the earth. So kids love it. Kids were so excited when we were there. And there's more than 70 of these creatures. So we're going to play a little video for you right now because Israel and I had the opportunity to go take the tour and then also interview Dustin, who's a baby dinosaur handler. So check this out. Hey guys and girls, it's Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse. We are here at the Del Mar Fairgrounds for Jurassic Quest, happening the 1st through the 10th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. What a way to spend the new year with life-size, realistic dinosaurs. We're gonna take you inside. Are you ready? Let's do it.
So these are our baby dinosaurs. So when the customers come into the show, they get a chance to meet the baby dinosaurs at the show. But we stay 6 feet from the vehicles at all times, so we'll have everyone safe in their car.
I'm here with Dustin, dinosaur handler. How are you?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. We're here with a baby dinosaur.
Yes, this is Tyson the T-Rex. He is just a few weeks old, but he is happy to be here with you guys.
He's so cute. So talk to us about this exhibit. It's 10 days here, the 1st to the 10th. Oh my God! Do you want to say something? You have something to say?
He's just hungry, that's all.
Tell us a little bit about this exhibit. It's amazing.
Yeah, so we have over 70 life-size dinosaurs that move and roar, like Tyson is trying to do. And while you're driving through, you have a audio tour that accompanies it, so you can learn more about these dinosaurs in a fun way.
And you guys have been all across the country, so this is a moving exhibit that happens.
Yes, it is, and we've been doing this since July, I believe, since the pandemic. So this is a safe way for families to do something and get out the house, but they don't have to feel bad because it's not only entertaining, it's educational as well.
It is, and I would say what's probably the most exciting thing, obviously the baby dinosaurs.
The baby dinosaurs are like a favorite, but we have like big dinosaurs like T-Rex is everybody's favorite, but also at the end you could take a picture with your whole family. So it's a really cool experience. And also, if you have more questions about the dinosaurs, you can text Dino 411 and one of our park rangers will tell you all about these dinosaurs.
That's so cool, and it's only $49, you guys. It's amazing. I think you guys are almost sold out, you were saying.
Yeah, so you want to go to JurassicQuest.com to get your tickets as soon as possible.
So much fun, you guys. Check it out. It's the last weekend. This is the last time you can go. So JurassicQuest.com to get your tickets. You can get your tickets online. And basically the shows run every hour. At 9 a.m. they start and they conclude at 8 p.m. So I highly recommend it. Super fun. Check it out. Okay, so we're so excited. We're kicking off 2021 with fabulous guests. We have our awesome regular guest, Dr. Katerina Gallus from Restore ST Plastic Surgery in La Jolla. Hi.
Hi, Cindy. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. 2021. Mm-hmm. So glad to have you. So for those of you who don't know, Dr. Katerina Gallus is board certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery and has over a decade of experience in cosmetic breast and body surgery, facial rejuvenation, and breast reconstruction. She's a trusted surgeon. Her opinions are nationally respected, and she is a requested expert for meetings, panels, and journal articles. So we just love having her because she's always got the best resources. So first of all, I have to ask you, how are you doing with COVID-19 and the resurgence and everything that's going on?
Well, it's been interesting to see in the last couple months. So it's right on the cusp of the numbers climbing, but also the rollout of the vaccine to healthcare workers. I take call at Scripps Memorial Hospital, so I was in line to get the vaccine and I've gotten my first dose. So there is optimism associated with how things are going, but on the flip side, the numbers are rising and rising. And in the major hospital centers, they were not doing cases that required an overnight stay because they're so full of COVID patients. And then just yesterday, the Scripps system announced that they were no longer going to do elective cases at all, even outpatient cases, unless there were, extenuating circumstances. Luckily, in-office ORs and outpatient surgery centers are not affected by that, and so we can continue to operate in that setting and then just test our patients for COVID to try and keep everybody safe. So we're able to roll on, and we've learned some lessons from the first shutdown, but the hospital systems are the ones that are really straining at this point.
I know, it's so scary right now. Well, so one thing that I know a lot of people have concerns on, and I'm glad you're here to kind of talk about it today, is the Moderna vaccine, right? And then previous history of injectables and fillers. So talk to us a little bit about that, because I never even really thought about that.
Right, so what happened is as the Moderna vaccine rolled out, the first dose, there were 3 instances of patients that had injectable fillers, so your Restylane line or Juvederm, they haven't really revealed what products they had done, had facial swelling and inflammation. So not an allergic reaction like you normally think with a rash or throat swelling or something like that, but like a local inflammatory reaction.
Wow.
So it was easily treated with over-the-counter Benadryl and some steroids to kind of reduce the inflammation. There are so many more people out there with fillers though, so only 3 is pretty small, and it's not, it's just kind of a keep everybody informed as we feel out how these vaccines go and what to expect and what to be on the lookout for. So,
is that the same with the Pfizer one, or do we not know?
The Pfizer one has not, and it had more lead time than the Moderna. It's been out a little bit longer in the States by a couple of weeks, but certainly there are people who have already gotten their second shot. So we have not seen anybody with injectable filler reaction with the Pfizer vaccine. There's been nothing reported. There is a lot of kind of anecdotal with the second shot, people having fevers and headaches and feeling generally crummy with the Pfizer vaccine. Immune system is responding to the vaccine. So,
well, yeah, my little sister is a healthcare worker on the East Coast, and she got the Pfizer one, and she said she was really queasy for about like a half an hour afterwards, but she goes back to get hers today, her second. So I'm gonna have to report back on how she was feeling. But no, that's interesting. So, you know, but again, you're such a great resource. So if people have questions, they can contact you.
Yes, happy to talk to them about the vaccine in the office. I did just order, I have a friend who's a plastic surgeon who made these like little vaccinated magnets. So I have those I'm gonna get and hand out to the staff. We're hoping that even the staff in private offices and dental clinics, you should be able to get your vaccine now. The county is trying to figure out how to distribute it. So,
well, I mean, we have to be optimistic. I mean, this is good news. Okay, so we're going to dive into some trends, okay? Because I know that microneedling is definitely a hot trend right now. It seems like everyone's talking about it. I'm seeing it everywhere. So today we're going to talk about the next generation of technology and radio frequency, right? The Virtue RF by Cartessa?
Yes. So, yes. To back up a little bit, there are some pros of microneedling in general. So when you're looking at your skin and you want some tightening and resurfacing and improving fine lines and wrinkles, the go-to has been laser, most commonly fractionated CO2 laser. There's an associated downtime with that. So that means that heat generates essentially a controlled burn, and then you have to heal through that, and can take 7 to 10 days where you are, not Zoom ready. It's your face looks like a mess. So microneedling offers an alternative to that because the treatment has no heat, so that makes it colorblind because heat can induce pigmentation changes. So someone like you, Cindy, you don't have to worry about it. You're blonde and fair, although you do have Italian heritage, so that can
I might be a brunette underneath.
sometimes can pop up. Someone like me with a Hispanic heritage has a tendency to have some pigmentation changes with heat.
Okay.
So you either have to treat them, or laser's not a good option for you. So microneedling is kind of a cold treatment. Radiofrequency microneedling, like the Virtue, is combining both of those worlds. So we're able to generate heat. That radiofrequency is going to generate heat, but it's being deposited below the skin surface. And so then you can get the benefits of the heat and the skin tightening without the risk of the pigmentation.
Wow, I love that. And everyone needs to be Zoom ready. Although 2021, I was hoping maybe we could get rid of Zoom, like if I never had to Zoom again. Right. But if I have to Zoom, I would like to look my best. So I
can't believe they haven't added better filters yet.
I know.
It should be an upgrade.
Right, that's something that we need to work on. Okay, so let's talk about how it works, the microneedling with radiofrequency.
So the device itself, the Virtue, is very adjustable. So I can adjust it depending on what your goals are. Mm-hmm. If you're more concerned about laxity, or if you're more concerned about fine lines and texture, or if you really want me to hit all of it, I'll control how deep the needle goes, and that depends on the area of the face, how much energy is delivered, and for how long.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like customized.
Yes.
Well, and isn't it like gold or something like that? Isn't it?
Yes, gold-plated needles.
It's gold-plated needles. I love it. So what areas can you treat?
So the standard handpiece treats face and neck, and you can do also the chest area for those who have those fine lines and wrinkles around their chest. And then there's another handpiece that they're working on for body areas. So if you have it's great for, people complain about loose wrinkling as you age around your elbows, around your knees, and then stretch marks. It's also on the face is really great for acne scars.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so talk to us about what we can expect during the treatment. I think we're going to run a little video as well to kind of show you. But what can you expect? Like, what happens?
So you are numb for the treatment, and that's just a topical numbing cream that's applied. It's really well tolerated, no sedation required. And because it's adjustable, if we get to a point where it's too hot, feels too hot, I can adjust it and turn it down, but we really are looking for maximum benefits. The procedure itself takes about an hour because there is kind of the stamping, and you'll see that in the video, and that gets repeated ideally 2 or 3 times. And because I can adjust the needles, I'm adjusting it by a couple of millimeters with each pass to get every level of dermis and maximize your results.
Wow. Okay. So the other thing I was going to ask you is, like, people probably want to know, is it for me, right? So, like, how do they know if it's for them? So tell us a little bit about that. So it's going to target wrinkles and fine lines, right?
So for women who are 40 and older, and it's great preventative maintenance for, kind of staving off inevitable surgery or adding more fillers to your mix. So in terms of rejuvenation, I say the best treatment is a combination. You really want to attack it. You want to have a great base of skincare, so be treating your skin on a daily level well. And then you can add things in like Botox and then laser and microneedling to really kind of keep your skin as healthy and as young as possible.
So there really isn't any downtime, though.
No,
would you, right?
A little bit red for a day or so, but you can absolutely put sunscreen and makeup on the next day and go about your business.
You can get on Zoom if you need to. So immediate results too, right?
Yes, you have immediate kind of that tightening effect, like when you've just really gotten your face squeaky clean and it feels tight, it's kind of that effect. And then because the heat is generating collagen, you continue to see results for 3 months afterwards.
Wow. And how many treatments would you need? Would you say, does it depend on the person?
Most people are going to need 3 treatments.
Okay.
So they're spaced a month apart. And so usually when you have less downtime, so less social downtime, you need a series. So that's kind of how treatments go. Whereas the CO2, where you have a week where your face is, not safe for Zoom, that's a one and done treatment, and you can repeat it every 1 to 2 years. The Virtue is recommended a series of 3 treatments, and then maybe like a maintenance treatment every 6 months, every 12 months, something like that to maintain. Because unfortunately, we're all still aging as the clock ticks. That's the downside.
Right? That's the bad thing. But I love that. So, okay, so basically, what would somebody do if they're interested? They should probably call you for a consult first, right?
Yes.
And find out what is great, because you have so much technology at your practice.
Right, yeah. So we want to make sure that it's the right fit for somebody. And sometimes people, have, depending on their schedule, want to either do the series or do something that's more kind of one and done. Really depends on the patient, and then also on your skin tone and what your goals are. What's great about this one, though, is if you have active acne, you can still be treated. Regular microneedling, it's not recommended, and you certainly wouldn't laser with active acne. So it can be an adjunct to treating breakouts, which a lot of people have maskne right now and are trying to dodge that bullet. We can just move right past that, add the blue light to the treatment, and kind of help calm that down.
I love that. So you're doing virtual consults too, right?
Yes.
So if people want to do a virtual consult, that's great, and they can call you. We have the website up as well. And then I was going to ask you, it's kind of funny, I've been watching a lot on different shows and things about treatments right now. And a lot of people, because you're just seeing this area, right, are people getting stuff done with their eye areas more, would you say? Or are you saying because they're covering like the mask, they're getting stuff done?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
People are willing to do lip filler right now because the 2-week period of swelling and maybe any bruising is covered up. And then definitely people are paying more attention to the eyes and coming in asking about eyelid lifts or Botox. Maybe you usually just Botox your forehead and your brow, but now you're adding on, the crow's feet because you're seeing that more and more in Zoom.
Because we're only seeing our eyes. One day we'll be able to see our whole faces again, right?
Yes. I think, though, it's important to note that there's definitely a range of what that might look like. People think, oh, I'm going to get Botox or one of those treatments. I don't want to look fake. And
Right.
I was watching the news on Wednesday, and I was flipping through the channels. And after a while, I started just paying attention to the anchors, because the women who have their face completely frozen start to look really unnatural. And most people don't want that look. And you can tell the people who've had just the right amount, so you still have a little movement, but yes, you don't look like a robot.
Yeah, that always scares me too. But I have to give you kudos and a shout out, because I've gone to you to, get a little bit in my lips and Botox and keeping myself fresh. But I never feel like I've ever looked fake. I
Right.
always look really natural, and I can still move. And I think that's really important. So
Yes.
and you're so good. And I want to say that too, is like when you go in for a consult, you're so good at like telling people, like, you're not like, oh, you need all this work done. I mean, you're so honest.
Yes.
And it's like wanting to keep it to a minimum of, what they really need.
Right. What your goals are. And
Yes.
my goal is not to, make everyone look overdone or the same. So really try to, and there's enough availability of product now that you really can tailor it to the patient and what your concerns are.
When you guys have everything from skincare, there's so much that you do there to take care of yourself, because we want to look our best for 2021, and you will help us do that.
Absolutely. Yes. We'll do virtual skincare consults as well. And we can walk you through like what the, kind of the skin pyramid of what you need to take care of your skin, just like the food pyramid, which I don't think exists anymore, but sunscreen would be at that bottom. That's the like,
Please wear your sunscreen.
please wear
people.
sunscreen.
That seems like so basic, but so many people don't do it.
Yes. Or they say, I'm not going outside today, or it's cloudy. That's not a rule. That's not a thing. When I take pictures in office, we have the Vectra camera. It's a 3D camera. And in addition to getting a 3D profile of whatever body part, chest or face, there's a filter on there for the face that can show us what the sun damage is. And to a person, everybody has more sun damage on the left side. And that's from driving.
Yeah, because you're driving. I know it's
So
all
you get more sun on the left.
coming in. Ugh. Well, we love having you on the show. Thank you so much for being here. And before we let you go, do you have any words of wisdom or inspiration for entrepreneurs, especially female entrepreneurs? Do you have anything that you could tell us? Maybe give us a tip or a word of wisdom for your business?
I think so. I think that women have the advantage as business owners because we're collaborative and able to pivot and work with others pretty easily. And so I really, during this time when we started with quarantine, really bonded with other women business owners and kind of figured things out together and figured out ways we can support each other. And I think that nurturing aspect of being a woman, it can make us all stronger.
I think so too. I think we're really good at networking. I feel like we're so good about that and sharing and connecting. I mean, we're in a women's group together and we have just a great group of women. So I agree with you on that. I think it's really great. And I think, you guys, we got to be nice to each other, be kind to each other, help each other out, whatever you can do. It doesn't cost money to, retweet someone's tweet, right? Or send their message out or promote somebody on, social media. So whatever you can do, let's help the small businesses that we have out there because they're the backbone of our economy. Let's help each other. We're so happy that you tuned in today. We can't wait to see you next Friday. We've got a great show lined up for you. But be safe, be nice, be kind. And thank you, Kat, for being here today.
Thanks. It was fun to be back.
And maybe I'll do the virtue on camera. We'll figure that out.
Oh, yeah.
That could be
Be
cool.
fun.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. That's going to do it for today's episode. We'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. Hang in there, guys.